Hi there everybody, I'm Andy and welcome back to another Let's Play of Uru, the Complete Chronicles. Now my first video on this was pretty long, I'm sorry about that. I try to keep these around 10 minutes or so. And mainly because it takes me forever to upload anything longer. But also, you know, you might get bored after a while. I'm not exactly the funniest guy in the world or the most entertaining and everything. But there was a lot to say about this game at the beginning. So we've made our way to this place called Relto. This is your special place that's given to you. And here I am in third person mode. I'm going to go to first person because that's how I like playing this game. Okay, so like I kind of hinted around at, right now it's this place is very barren. It's like some sort of a plateau way up high in the sky. You can't go down or anything like that. But as you progress in the game, you're going to find pages that you add to let me get here, your Relto book, okay, which here it is. And right now we don't have any pages, but as you add pages, those pages add things to your Relto, and you can turn those things on or off, so you can tailor make your Relto place to how you like it. In the online version of this game, which is completely free, and again, if you want to get this game for free and play this game for free, you can go to mistonline.com. That's all run together, another annotation, and register for free, and you can download it. It takes a while to download though, because it's like 3.3, 3.6 gigabytes, something like that. In the online version of this game, you actually have extra stuff that you get to add to here. So, like I said, it's a little bit different. Okay, so what's going on here? We got these thingies here, which I'm not going to mess with this yet, but we have thingies here, these totems, and we have this hut. If we walk up here, we can open the door up, go inside. This is your hut. And we got books. Now, that's the other cool thing about this game. If you like to read, especially like to read fictional history and stuff like that, this is the game for you. The history about the D'ni, which is a civilization that came to Earth 10,000 years ago and were living in a huge underground cavern, is basically what this game is about. Now, the first part of this game, you're not going to see too much of that place until you finish what's called the 4 Prime Ages, and that's what these things are for. After that, you go to what's called the 2 D'ni part, and that's where you get to explore it. But over here on this bookshelf are just books that you can read. You click on them, you call them up, and you can read stuff that are in them, so it's, you know, pretty cool. I'm not going to sit here and read all these books out loud to y'all. You want to read it, you can get the game completely and totally for free, and read them yourself. I might read a clue or something if it's important. The Watcher's books. So these are pretty cool. Oh, that right there is a journal. You don't have that in the online version. The journal is something that you can call up here, and you can actually type notes into it here. So, if you wanted to, like, hi there. And then when you close the book, and when you go, you can call it back up. So it's really good for keeping notes of the game to help you solve puzzles or something like that. But like I said, that's only in the standalone version, Uru, the Complete Chronicles, that you have to purchase from Steam right now. The online version doesn't have that, but you know, you can play with a friend and y'all can keep notes. So this shelf over here is an important shelf. This is where your linking books are, and books that you find in some places will mysteriously appear on the shelf, allowing you to get in. For example, you click on the shelf and it zooms into it, and you click on a book, it opens up, it slides out, and then it opens all the way up, and you can click on this panel and go to this place. Here's one of the places down in the cavern. Pages get added to some of these books as you discover other places you can link into. Just click off the side of the panel here. Now, let's see. You can also manipulate certain things. For example, you can open up your window shutters. Let's get a little bit more light in here. There we go. I like that. Now, this wardrobe here, you use the wardrobe to, well, guess what? Change the way you look, your wardrobe. Like I said, in this game you'll find pieces of clothing and stuff like that that you end up putting on, and you may or you may not want to retain what it was you wore, but it gets put in your wardrobe. And you can come here and you can change things. You know, like let's say here, I want these gloves on here. You know, and you can even go in and change how your face looks and stuff like that. So, and then when you're done, you go back to Uru. And it reloads back up the game. Okay, so this is basically Relto. This is your private place where you get to come and you can rest, get away from it all, just enjoy the sights, read some books. So now let's investigate these totems. Okay, if you touch the hand, it opens up and you'll see a book. You click on the book, it'll call it up. Now the first time you link, this book will end up on your bookshelf, so you don't have to keep coming to this totem to do it. So each one there's 4 different books, and those of us that played Uru a long time ago, we called these the 4 prime ages. See, this age is called Kadesh Tolesh. This one I think is Garishan, which is the name for garrison. This is where one of the training centers for the Maintainers Guild. So, okay, and here we go. And this book takes you to a place called Edagira, which is a garden age, is what we call it. It's where the Duni would go to relax. Okay, before I link to one of the prime ages, I'm going to link down into the cavern to what we used to call a hood. This particular hood in the standalone version, the name of it's Bevan. Okay, in the online version, you have multiple existences of Bevan, so they're not really all called Bevan. And there's a very long story about that among the online community and stuff. So I touch the panel, and you hear that sound. You linked out. That's from the original Myst game. That sound. One thing Uru doesn't have that I really miss from the original Myst games is that when you grabbed the linking book and it opened it up, the picture was animated, and it was really cool to have that. Okay, so here we are. We're way down, something like 2-3 miles down under the earth, right there in New Mexico. This is the cavern. There's a huge lake here that glows with a light. There's bacteria or algae in it that glows. Unfortunately, the algae is dying, so the light is like this cool orangish color, which is very, so the cavern's not as bright as it used to be. Now, these people came here 10,000 years ago, and it was 250 years ago that their empire was destroyed. And you'll learn some of that. You actually learn a large chunk of their early history, up to 3,000 years before, from books that are located in the main cavern city, the main island that you go to. But this right here is a neighborhood. There's also things you can interact with things. The ball, the cones. People love to mess with the cones. Okay. And there's a sign here, and the sign says, "Welcome to Bevan. For more info, go to the classroom." So let's go this way. This way. And you see, it's very pretty and very interesting looking. Like I said, compared to today's graphics with some games, you know, yeah, it's not as photorealistic or anything like that. But let me tell you, it's pretty. It is definitely not an eyesore. So, oh, fire marble. Glowing rock that makes noises. Here, let's open up this door. Sorry, my nose is bothering me. Allergies. Oh, cool, another linking book we can use. And this is some sort of a clock mechanism or clock. Those are Dini numbers. If you've ever played the original games of Myst, especially the second one, Ribbon, you'll recognize these numbers. So, let's go in this door. This is the classroom. Open door. Open sesame. Okay, so this is apparently a classroom the kids or someone attended. And you have these images that are on an imager. Cones and blockades are for your protection. Please mind the reconstruction, DRC. Dunny Reconstruction Committee. So backstory is they discovered this place way down here, and a few select individuals formed this committee that was going to restore this empire down here. But due to lack of funding and stuff like that, and because they had too many, wandering explorers like what we are, coming down in here and stuff, they shut the place down. Now, none of that makes sense. Not in the real world. If something like this were found in the real world, it would be huge. If linking books really existed and actually worked, it would be huge too. And it might be even a closely guarded government secret. Who knows, You wouldn't be able to get down in here. But it wouldn't be, due to lack of funding, we're not going to be down here anymore. No. It says, welcome to Denis, not Duckney. There's a character in Myst 5 called Escher, and that's how he says Denis. He goes, Duckney. It says, please link to Garician Age to pick up your key. It's a watch-like device that you use, and it's very important to have it later on. Please avoid drinking the lake water. I would imagine so. It probably would not do your tummy any good. I went to Ruby Falls in the cavern there, and the tour guide said, don't drink the water. It won't kill you, but it'll make you go to the bathroom a lot. DRC has your best interest in mind. Please only use approved linking books. Look for the stamp. Because you could link it to a world that's deadly or something like that accidentally. Top 10 Heeks scores from yesterday. Heeks a game that you play. Alright, let's get out of here. Go look at a place. I'm going to keep this one short. Okay. So, we can come down here. I call this the Water Rock Garden. It's some sort of a garden area. Very pretty. And you can turn on lights. But there's something I'm going to show you. If you come here, and you jump onto this thing, see a line there. Remember those Relto pages I told you would find? There's one now. So you click on it, and it's now been added to our Relto book. We call it the Relto book. You see the dog ear on the page. Turn it, and it's on. This added extra, those little mesa islands that stick up, this added extra ones is what it did. And right now it's on. Okay. Here's a destroyed holographic table for playing a game called Heek. In the online version of this game, you can actually, it's not destroyed, you can actually sit down and play this game with friends online. So this was just like some sort of a neighborhood in which people lived and went to school. Not too much, going to work here. It's not an industrial district or anything like that. So this is another way back to linking. You can get up here via another linking book, but not right now. So, different houses, you cannot, there's a lot of doors and stuff, it's window dressing, you can't actually go into them or anything. Now, up here is like an auditorium, and in the online version of this game, when the Uru community was really huge, we actually had real-life guilds, because the Denis were all about guilds. You had the Guild of Riders, the Guild of Maintainers, you had the guilds of ink makers, stuff like that. Well, when we were playing this game online, Myst Online several years ago, we actually started up some of our own guilds. I mentioned one in my first video, the Guild of Riders. Guild of Riders were made up of fans and players that were creating mods for this game. They created the first set of tools that you could use with Blender, a free 3D creation program, to be able to create ages like this that you can go exploring and stuff. So they were called the Guild of Riders. Only made sense. There was a Guild of Maintainers. I was one of the handful of people that started that one up. We created it. And the idea behind having the Guild of Maintainers was Riders would make ages, Guild of Maintainers would test the ages. We would beta test and try to see, oh wait, it's broken here, or oh, your player gets stuck here, or oh, I fell through the ground here, stuff like that. So it was the Guild of Maintainers. We also had the Guild of Messengers. Guild of Messengers were people that put out news articles, fans, things that were going on down caverns, get-togethers, gatherings, all sorts of these stuff. So we would actually come to rooms like this and have guild meetings and stuff. So it was pretty cool. And you would actually see this room filled up with other players and everything. See.
e-mail perché provajați eu mit mai recordas comunicații în alba basi mai vorba curătorul pera vorba. The autotan professor in
It's an ancient recording in Denis that you're hearing. And there's a huge online community out there, and I think they've translated that recording, so if you want to know what it says, you can go take a look. I'm going to have to cut my Let's Play short here in a second. But here you go. In the online version of this, you can use your key to take screenshots, and you can actually upload the screenshots. These are screenshots of the example of the online version of this game playing. You know, you can see other people, interact with them, talk to them. You can actually talk to them on voice as a built-in thing in the game to do it. Or you can use things like Skype to be able to do it. Over here is another imager that shows you who's been in the cavern lately. When I leave here, when I come back, you'll see my name with the correct date and stuff like that. So you can just, and you know, like I say, you just play around. Let's walk around here. You can actually get up here. Or you used to be able to get up here. You can actually, if you're pro enough, get up here. See people come up here, and you go into the chat thing on your key and type in AFK away from keyboard, and the person kneels, and it looks like they're resting or something like that. Okay, I'm going to stop this Let's Play right here, and I will continue in another episode. So I hope to see you in that one. You notice, no, that's not a graphic bug. It's supposed to be a bug for real around the moth light. It's supposed to look like a moth or something here. So I will see you in the next episode. I hope you're finding this interesting. I know it's not really funny. I mean, I can joke around and stuff like that. But you're going to see more and more interesting stuff if you keep watching these videos as I explore other worlds and everything. So I hope to see you in the next video. I hope you have a great day out there. Take care. Love y'all. Bye-bye.